Hello Taurus, Ashley here. We're going to do your reading for the end of April. Specifically, we're looking at the eclipse. It's happening at on the 30th of April in your sign. It is a new moon eclipse, so it brings with it a lot of new beginning potential, right? We're going to look at what we're releasing and what we're stepping into, and then just the overall themes associated with this eclipse. Now, be sure to check your other placements, as this is just a snapshot, right? So eclipse energies can go on for months. This is just to give you a general idea of what's coming in and what's going out, right? So check your other placements and we'll see what's going on. It does look like there's a lot of manifestation energy here. We have the Witch, which is what you're releasing. So this card really reminds me of like the Magician. There's a lot of magic in the air. You've been manifesting. Overall theme, we have creation. You can see she's got these blueprints sitting in front of her, and it is the beaver moon. And then what's coming in is productivity. So it looks like Taurus is about to get busy, make some progress on some things. So we're going to find out what this is all about, pull some tarot and clarify and see what's going on. We have the Hermit, the Three of Swords, and Justice. So finally getting some kind of payback from what you've been investing here. We have the Chariot, the Star, and Temperance. Look at all these majors. The Four of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so it does look to me like you've probably been in a little bit of a respite here. This is what's being released. So when we have the Hermit, the Four Swords, and the Witch, there's been a lot of soul searching here. There's been a lot of action behind the scenes, right? It does feel like with the Chariot here, you have this determination and willpower about you, and I do feel like that's really playing on that sort of magician manifestation energy. But I feel like it happened alongside some really deep reflection, like what is it that you want next, and perhaps some other things that you were kind of reflecting on at the same time. Like, you know, when certain phases of our life come to a close and they're coming to an end, we typically go into a reflection to really kind of glean the lessons and what we could do differently next time, you know, that kind of thing. What's coming in is essentially the effect of the cause that you've been putting in. So with Justice here, we have this cause and effect, equal give and take. And so I do feel like you've probably been putting in a lot of work up to this point, and you've been waiting for that happy dream come true to come in. And I do feel like we're going to get some of that here. There's also a lot of balance kind of coming in here. So I actually feel like that's your doing, that's your will, that things be balanced. So I could see, even with this productivity card, things getting busy, I still see you taking time for yourself, you know, really tapping into the things you really enjoy and that kind of thing. For some of you, there's potentially a pending proposal, pending marriage coming in here. what with Justice and the Ten of Cups. Could be dealing with Sagittarius. We have Libra, Virgo, Cancer, and Aquarius here. I feel like a lot with this main theme here, there's healing from pain. There's dreams come true coming in after a difficult time. You've had a lot of growth as a result of whatever trials you've been through here. And there's like a renewed hope that things are improving. So if you've kind of come out of this like kind of dark night of the soul, things are finally taking on a new hope. Like there's light at the end of this tunnel. And I do feel like part of that has happened because you've done this deep dive and you've done some healing on yourself. You've actually opened yourself up to new possibilities by having healed some of that energy from the past. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. So there's this very attractive energy here. Again, very magician-like energy with the Queen of Wands. Like all these manifestations that you've been putting your energy into. There's been a lot of planning here. And then look at that, we have the Empress. So I do see that things are going to kind of start to blossom in a really nice way for you. There's prosperity coming in. So let's clarify and we'll see what other details we can get from this. Depending on if love pops up, I will speak to that. Career, I'll speak to that as well. But some of these are going to be just high-level themes because it's different for everyone, right? So with the Hermit, we have the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. With the Chariot, we have the Six of Wands, a ton of victory energy there, and the Nine of Pentacles. And with the Four of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I do feel like there's been some healing that has taken place. There's probably been a lot of deeper shadow work that was needed here. Things you didn't even see came up for you to really look at and heal. Some of you might have been dealing with a person that put you in a third-party situation. You may have been abandoned, ghosted, left in the cold, essentially. And that's not going to apply to everyone, but I do see that here, so I'm speaking to that. But ultimately, I think whatever catalyst came through for you to kind of put you in this more, almost like a solitude, spending a lot of time with yourself, manifesting, deciding what's next, healing, right? It's like kind of coming out of winter a little bit here. But I think while you were in there, you were probably digging up some skeletons from the closet that even you didn't know consciously were there. And I do feel like you have attained a certain level of success when it comes to really being able to stand on your own 2 feet here, take care of yourself, financially, and really all the ways, right? So we've got strong Virgo here again. So there's this deep look at the details of your life that you've been doing. And I do feel like many of you are going to be really driven moving forward by your own ability to provide for yourself in any way, shape, or form. That's going to be a really big deal to you. And you're using your own resources, the wisdom that you already have, your skills, you're using your intuition to accomplish that. and just this very determined willpower, right? I do feel like this period of solitude for some of you, or at least inward soul searching, is coming to an end. There are new starts already showing up with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. You're beginning to see, I think, a lot of truths about yourself that maybe you didn't see before. And that's sort of the catalyst for these new beginnings that are coming in. And that's not to say that the work hasn't already been happening to create these things that you've been wanting for your future. But I feel like it's maybe been a slow process, right? Let's look at what's coming in here with this productivity on the front end of this eclipse in Taurus. We have Justice. Why do we have Justice? 3 of Cups. Yeah, celebrating. And the King of Cups. Now, some of you could be reuniting with a water sign here. Some of you could be coming together and meeting a water sign or a Libra. Doesn't have to be, but it's going to be a lot of good times, that's for sure. I also feel like you're kind of just celebrating your accomplishments here, and it's really filling your heart. It's really filling the void that was left by this pain that you kind of took a deep dive into, and had to kind of heal on your own, I feel like. So it's like as things start to really pay off, as good karma comes your direction, it's just this really gracious, I mean, there's a ton of gratitude here. And I also feel like it's, you know, I'm kind of getting that image of the, you know, the Grinch's heart grew 10 times its size or whatever. Not that you're a Grinch, Taurus, but it feels like your heart has expanded here. With the Temperance card, we have the King of Wands, a lot of Sagittarius right there, and the Magician. So a lot of you have been stepping into this very powerful manifestation energy, and you've had to maybe hold back or temper yourself before taking action on certain things. Perhaps there's things in your future that you've been waiting to pull the trigger on, so to speak. And I feel like when this eclipse comes in, you're going to start getting the green lights to actually take action on things. There's a lot of passion associated with these particular action items that you have. Like there's something you feel strongly about. There's a lot of leadership energy here as well. With the 10 of Cups, we have the Star. So you're trucking down the correct path here, Taurus. And we have the Strength card. So again, you've had to have a lot of patience for this destiny to unfold here. For there to be healing. For there to be this renewed sense of hope. And I feel like even as the good things start to come in, you're going to find that little voice in your head might be like, oh no, this is too good to be true. What if it just gets taken away from me? So I'd be careful of that, because I actually feel like you're in very strong manifestation energy here, and your thoughts will become your reality. So if you're feeling like doubting the good that's coming your way, stop yourself, because that's just fear coming up. A little bit of vulnerability that something might not work out. You know, of course, we start to see our manifestations come in, and we start to doubt them because of a fear of them just being stripped away, right? But I do feel like you're actually on the correct path here. There's a ton of good coming in. We've got so many majors on this spread. I mean, it's very clear to me that this is a Taurus eclipse, because you're getting so many majors. There's going to be a lot of change, right? That's just happening for you as well. I'm also, there's a ton of fire energy here too. You've got strong water, fire, and Aquarius in particular. Leo, Sag, some Scorpio. So you could certainly be dealing with some water signs and some fire signs coming into the near future. So heads up on that. Overall themes here is just this renewed sense of hope is really what I want to say, because you have taken the time to reflect. You've gone into this manifestation mode. You know what you want your plan to be. But not so much that I feel like you're not open to the potentials of what might show up. It's just that you have a plan and you're going for it here. So let's look at this Three of Swords. There you are with the Empress. Now you've definitely experienced some disappointment. And the Ten of Wands. Yeah. But I feel like that's becoming part of your past. You're laying that down. With the Star, we have the Hanged Man. I feel like you're going to, and the Two of Cups. So Aquarius, Pisces coming in here. Renewed hope, different view on what I also want to say here, like it's almost like you're getting a different connection with your higher self here. A stronger one than maybe you've had before, but almost like a better understanding of your own higher self. So it's like you're lining yourself up with your soul self, and that's why things are in such high manifestation energy. It's like you are getting on board with your higher self here. And it could be that some of these walls, some of this pain, some of this lower vibrational energy had to go so that you could line up with that higher self. And now that you're doing that, things are going to start coming in with a lot more ease. So I like that. I do feel like there could be a healed love relationship showing up for some of you. Something that did cause pain in the past, and because you've stepped successfully into your own independence here and you've really started to just live your own life, that's why it's arriving. With the Nine of Cups, we have the Page of Swords, so there could certainly be some communication coming in here that you've been hoping for and waiting for. And the Ten of Swords. I like this too because I also feel like you're going to have some hindsight. That's been a big theme for these eclipse readings, like this hindsight. Understanding why things had to go the way they did. Understanding why things ended the way they did. In order to open up the possibility for the future, right? So, of course, at the time when the ending's happening, it's painful. We don't want to look at it. It's not easy, right? But I feel like at this time, one of the themes is you're going to look back and you're like, oh, things have actually unfolded in such a perfect way in order to land me where I am today. So I do like that. Again, there could be some communication coming in. For some of you, this could be a partner that you were with in the past. And what you're going to find out is that that third party is gone, has been removed. So there's this open potential for a reconciliation with someone from the past. If that's something you're seeking, I do see that showing up here as a potential. Being able to heal maybe even a family dynamic that... And I'm seeing the Ten of Cups again. So for example, if you were married to someone in the past or a long-term relationship, maybe you had all these hopes and dreams together as a couple. You might have even had children together. And then you split up and they had a relationship with someone else. It looks to me like you're going to find out that relationship is ended. They want to mend things with you. They want to recreate and move in a more positive direction. And if that's the case, I just saw the Queen of Wands as well. So we do have some matches on the board. If that's the case, I actually feel like the potential is there to bring this back way stronger than it ever was before. So again, it's like this hindsight, like things had to kind of go the way they did so that that growth could take place and bring it into alignment the way that it's supposed to be, the way that it's meant to come together and move forward together. So I hope that was helpful, Taurus. I will see you next week. We're going to look at May and kind of get an idea of what to expect for the month of May. Happy eclipse to you. And remember, it's going to unfold over the next 6 months or more. We will also be having an eclipse in Scorpio a couple weeks to follow the new moon in Taurus. So a lot of change underway at this time. Thanks for being here. Bye.